The Marvel Cinematic Universe thrives on continuity, but has become infamous for setting up the existence of characters only to do nothing with them for years. What makes the movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe work so well is how they meld into one another, with characters showing up in multiple different series and early plot developments being set up only to pay off years later. But the franchise doesn't always do a great job ensuring each new character has a plan to come back. This is especially egregious when the characters in question are relatively important, whether due to their comic significance or the MCU's own insistence. The recent reveal of the cast of Avengers, Doomsday has at least promised that some major heroes who haven't been heard from in a while, like Shang-Chi, are indeed poised to return in the near future. But the MCU is still a graveyard of significant names who have continued to languish in obscurity thanks to the franchise's disuse. 10. Star Fox. Eternals. Harry Styles as Eros Starfox in the post-credit scene of Eternals. The finales of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies are a big contributor to the introduction of characters that are never heard from again. It's quite easy for films to get caught up in promoting their own direct sequels, only to realize that the franchise as a whole won't be getting back to their particular stories for years at a time. In some cases, they might not get back to them at all. Enter Star Fox's introduction in the final moments of Eternals. Star Fox is another Eternal originally stationed on Titan who became Thanos' adopted brother in the planet's royal family for a time, only to later disavow Arisham's control and flee into space as an outlaw alongside his companion, Pip the Troll. Played by boy band icon Harry Styles, Star Fox is a relatively important character to the cosmic mythos of the Marvel Universe who has been sadly discarded alongside the rest of the Eternals, who may have been abandoned by the MCU entirely. 9. Scott. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Scott at the end of She-Hulk Attorney at Law looking off-screen. Many characters surrounding the Incredible Hulk have often fallen victim to MCU forgetfulness over the years thanks to the disputed live-action movie distribution rights to the Hulk. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law was the closest thing the Hulk has gotten to solo project since his initial debut film in 2008, giving an opportunity to introduce even more specific characters to his mythos. The series took it towards the very end, with Hulk introducing his half-alien son, Scott. Born on the planet Sakaar, Scott was originally a major part of the Planet Hulk and World War Hulk comic storylines only vaguely alluded to in Hulk's Thor: Ragnarok appearance. Scott is a major part of Hulk's backstory in these crossovers, but he doesn't even have a single line in She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. At the very least, the MCU could include Scott in the rumored Young Avengers team to be formed later down the line. 8. Leonard Samson. The Incredible Hulk. Leonard Samson in The Incredible Hulk. Because of Hulk's issues with getting a solo movie, plenty of characters from The Incredible Hulk teased to have greater significance in the franchise were left treading water. Amazingly, both the leader and Betty Ross were brought back by Captain America: Brave New World, coming back to the events of The Incredible Hulk after nearly 2 decades. But one intriguing character from the film yet to get more representation is one Dr. Leonard Samson. Dr. Leonard Samson is a therapist and Betty Ross rebound relationship after Bruce Banner's disappearance, holding jealousy of Betty's love for Bruce. Samson is played excellently by Ty Burrell of Modern Family fame, showing off an uncharacteristically villainous performance, as Samson does indeed get his own dose of gamma radiation to become the green-haired supervillain Doc Samson in the comics. Hopefully, the MCU can bring him back after so long thanks to the precedent set by Captain America: Brave New World. 7. Black Knight. Eternals. Kit Harington's Dane Whitman considering picking up the ebony blade in Eternals. Yet another character promised by the film Eternals only to be forgotten. Dane Whitman's evolution into a hero of his own may remain an unfulfilled promise forever. Played by Game of Thrones star Kit Harington, Dane is introduced as a historian who learns of the Eternals' immortal effect on human history, falling into a romantic relationship with Cersei. But the film's post-credit scene promises a future for Dane that's perhaps more substantial. Post-credit scenes are another huge stage in which new characters in the MCU can be teased only to never be followed up on again. Eternals not only teases Dane becoming the hero Black Knight thanks to his family's connection to the mystical ebony blade, but it also teases the appearance of Mahershala Ali's Blade when Dane hears his voice. The production woes of Blade notwithstanding, Dane Whitman at least deserves to return as a proper sword-wielding superhero and make use of Kit Harington's talents.